Bem-vindos a mais um episódio das sagas, das histórias que eu estou compartilhando com vocês aqui nesse canal. Para quem não me conhece, sou Anderson Dick, eu sou fundador da Feutech, mas eu estou aqui para falar de loucuras de projetos. E hoje, pela primeira vez na história, nós temos uma minivan no dinamômetro da Feutech. E não é qualquer minivan, é uma minivan aí que tem talvez milhares de cavalos aí. Vamos ver se ela vai passar dos 1000 cavalos hoje. E eu tenho certeza que é a minivan mais potente do mundo já. É algo inacreditável. Muitos de vocês aí brincavam comigo que eu tinha que turbinar a minivan da minha esposa. Vou fazer uma brincadeira aqui com a minha esposa. Vou dizer que eu comprei uma minivan para ela e vou botar no dinamômetro aqui. Vai ser uma... Vamos ver o que ela vai falar. Mas brincadeiras à parte, hoje vai ser um episódio contando a história de um cara e que eu até vou falar da pessoa muito mais do que do canal e dos carros, que é o Caio e o Wade do Booster Boys, que são dois caras geniais, fantásticos aqui, que são youtubers nos Estados Unidos, e eles têm despontado assim com um conteúdo inovador e ao mesmo tempo simples, e eles começaram muito amador assim na adolescência e hoje são um dos youtubers mais reconhecidos assim no mercado mundial. E eles têm projetos insanos assim, ó, vocês vão ver minivan, eles têm o MR2, para quem conhece, já viu o primeiro MR2 nos 7 segundos, eles têm carrinho de compras com Feutech, eles têm um jeepzinho com motor rotativo, eles estão fazendo coisa com V8, tem um barco muito legal, tem história pra caramba. Eu vou mostrar hoje um overview, assim, vários dos projetos deles, enquanto que a gente vai passando a minivan no dinamômetro aqui. Essa minivan aqui não é uma Honda, mas ela tem um motor K24, que depois eu vou dar os detalhes do projeto. Mas eu acho que vocês vão gostar bastante porque é fora do comum. Para quem gosta de uma loucura, esse é o episódio aí. Então, bota na TV aí, ó, assiste com a família aí, pipoca, chimarrão e um churrasquinho. Espero que vocês curtam aí. Bom, vamos começar primeiro conversando com o Caio. Eu vou falar em português agora só para apresentar, ele não está entendendo nada que a gente está falando. You're good in Portuguese, right?
Yeah. No, I have no idea what he's saying.
Não, ele não entende nada de português, então, seguinte, ó, para quem está assistindo do Brasil, eu só falo português, ative as legendas aqui embaixo, né, que é o CC embaixo do vídeo aqui no YouTube, e seleciona português, inglês ou espanhol. Inclusive, nós temos um trabalho enorme sempre para fazer as legendas para vocês, porque tem muito conteúdo que é em outros idiomas e dessa maneira todo mundo pode entender. Agora em diante, então, a gente vai falar inglês bastante parte desse episódio, então quem não se esqueçam de ativar as legendas. Ok, Caio, you are one of the most impressive influencers or YouTubers I ever met, and you are at the same time you were young, and you started really young, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this,
back when I was maybe 16, 17 years old.
yeah. How old are you right now?
I'm now. I look pretty young. I just turned 26.
Cool. So it's cool that Caio. I think most of the people maybe watching this video assume they don't know you, and let's maybe talk some of how you started really this. Did you really plan how to start a YouTube channel, and have you ever thought you'd be who you are right now?
Yeah. So I started back when I got my Honda Civic. I actually was into fast cars because I actually started with like remote control airplanes.
Okay.
You know, with my
Yeah.
dad and stuff, and then so that transitioned into the RC cars.
Uh-huh.
Then I liked messing and upgrading with my RC cars, and then once I got my first real car, I didn't really care about it too much. But then as I had some friends in high school, they had faster cars than me, and I had my little Honda Civic that my parents bought me. I'm like, how can I make this thing faster? So then I started researching on the internet, and come to find out, Honda Civics were like one of the most modified car.
What year was that?
This is probably maybe back 2014, 2015. So I didn't know anything.
Uh-huh.
And then my Civic was bone stock. I saved up some money working at my job, and I just wanted to try to make it as fast as possible, just to like beat my friends that also had fast cars. We'd talk crap with each other, and
One thing I think is it would be cool. Let's try to send me some footage from whatever you have from the past, so you can actually add to the video here.
Okay,
And
yeah,
the guys
I'll-
can kind of see what you're explaining.
yeah, I'll send you all the pictures I have of my Civic back when I first built it. But it had the original little single cam engine in there, and without knowing anything, I just pulled the motor out. I looked up some installation guides and swap guides online, and I bought.
And
the,
YouTube wasn't that big. At
Yeah,
that
YouTube
time.
wasn't big, so it was all forums and stuff. So I bought a H22 out of a Honda Prelude,
Yeah.
because at the time that was the cheapest engine, but also the biggest with the most power, because I didn't plan on doing a turbo or nothing. So I found out everything I needed to do to swap this H22 into my Civic, and I ended up getting that done, and then it was fun. It was a little faster, but still not enough.
But you had already started the YouTube channel? Or
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. And then we went to turbo it to make it faster, so I just got a cheap turbo kit offline, the cheap stuff, and we turboed it. And then at one point I grew to the point where I could build the engine, and then now the car's making around 400 or about 300 horsepower. Built the engine, and then right when I put the next size turbo up, got it in the mid 400 horsepower range, then we started doing YouTube stuff.
Okay.
So I had seen some videos on YouTube of other kids about our age actually, like just messing around with cars, doing dumb stuff to cars, and I figured, hey, we could do that too. I felt like our cars were just as capable, and we were doing kind of some cool stuff too. And yeah, we started up a YouTube channel back when my Civic made probably 450 horsepower with the H22 engine in it. And then that's when I started hanging around. That's when I started hanging around with Brent from PFI and all those guys. I would go over there all the time to tune the cars, and they had the same passion for it and everything. So we started filming with them and doing all that stuff, and it just kind of took off from there. And I always had these wild ideas, like the minivan and stuff. And I always thought it was cool to have a sleeper because no one expected my little Civic to be fast. And we started with a lot of street racing videos, racing Corvettes, GTRs, and beating them in a Civic. And that transitioned into building like the minivan. We're like, how can we just thought it was fun to beat cars that should be faster than ours. So we just started doing unique stuff.
Yeah, and then for my vision is like you are a true enthusiast, and everything you've done or been doing is really showing reality, right, of your life or your passion, and you were just fortunate enough to make that as a living or a profession.
Yeah, I consider us very lucky that we started filming and doing it all when we did, because now we get to just do it full time.
Yeah,
So.
and at the same time you're creative enough to learn and adapt quickly, right? And I seen you been, and since I think we ended up meeting through Brent, right? The same.
Yeah, we met. We met at the same time at World Cup.
Yes.
A few years back, and you guys had the 4-cylinder car out.
We had Carlos Cacada wood cars over there.
Yeah, that was me and Brent's first time meeting you.
Yeah.
We came up and
2019, right?
yeah, we came up and hung out in your trailer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't think it would ever turn into anything. Like who knows? And then a couple years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Now we're here all the time.
And pretty much I think you converted most of your cars already to fuel tank.
Oh yeah,
pretty much,
all of them.
Even stupid things like
Yep, the shopping cart, fuel
The shopping
tech, the
cart.
minivans, fuel tech, MR2, all of them.
Yeah, and you are in a range like you're a million subscriber range, right? It's really few people in the world like successfully done that, genuinely doing that.
Yeah,
right?
especially like in the automotive
Exactly
space.
in automotive, right? It's
There's
hard.
not many.
Yeah, and also keeping up, like because you've been 9 years right now, going to the YouTube channel, right?
I started the YouTube channel in August of 2016.
Oh, 16. Okay.
So.
Okay, you're not
And,
that even.
and I didn't really take it seriously till maybe mid 2017 is when I
Okay.
really like.
Understood.
I still had a job back then, so then
Uh-huh.
about early to mid 2017 I
Mhm.
quit all that and I'm like I'm just gonna focus on the YouTube stuff.
That's cool. And I appreciate telling the guys the story. I think it's cool to understand where you came to where you are right
Yeah,
now.
I think it's cool for people to understand that I didn't know anything
Yeah.
and they see us doing all this crazy cool stuff, but
Yeah.
I literally knew like 6 years ago,
Uh-huh.
I would think you guys were like rocket scientists.
Uh-huh.
I would think it's way out of my realm of possibility to build a drag car
Yeah.
and be that fast, but then actually once you dive into it and
Yeah.
learn it, it's not too bad. It's not too complicated.
And I think you've been influencing a lot of people to believe in them, because not you don't, like I mentioned, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or have all the money in the world to compete. You just have to find your level or work hard to really learn and understand what you need, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see where I've come from and that even to today I'm still not perfect, but I just keep trying to learn and better myself
Uh-huh.
and get to that point to where we're respectable and build cool but fun cars.
Yeah, awesome. We will talk a lot about all of your cars, but let's run some of about the minivan. Can you explain to us some of what is, when did you started, what has been to this car, and what's your goals and what you're looking for?
Okay. So yeah, we got the minivan years back too. So I did my Civic with the H22.
Uh-huh.
This is the first gen Honda Odyssey, and it came with the F22,
Uh-huh.
which is very similar
Yeah.
platform.
It came with it originally.
Yeah, it came with the F22. So I thought, I already got the H22 in my Civic. What if I did the same setup?
Uh-huh.
Like I got my Civic beating all these
Yeah.
Corvettes and stuff. What if I did that same setup but in a minivan? It'd be funny and cool, and then we're beating them in a minivan.
Uh-huh.
So then yeah, we picked this one up. We did the H22 swap in it at first, and it was only front wheel drive, and it made about 700 horsepower.
Uh-huh.
And it was really fun and it was fast, but the issue is it had no traction on the street.
Yeah.
We couldn't hook up and it was just blowing the tires off. So then once all of the all-wheel drive stuff started becoming popular with the K-Series, I decided to pull the H22 out and do the fully built K-Series with the all-wheel drive, so we don't have to worry about traction issues because it is a heavier
Yeah.
van. And yeah, this was a $500 van. Got on Craigslist like years back.
And
And,
is it set for all-wheel drive, or you had to cut and stuff?
so they actually made these all-wheel drive in the UK and Japan. So
Okay.
originally, I had the whole rear subframe from the
from those
United
cars.
Kingdom shipped over, and it just bolted
But
right
the
in.
chassis was set up already for that. But the chassis were the same.
The chassis is the same. The only thing that
Yeah.
was different was that subframe. So we unbolted ours, and the new one just bolted right up with the drive shaft and everything ready to go.
Yeah.
We just had to barely change the length of the drive shaft to fit the K-Series. But it all went in there. But since then, we've upgraded that. The diff that it came with,
Yeah.
we've already destroyed that one. So now we have the upgraded the wagon differential. The older one is
Okay.
a little bit more stout.
That's the one that you've been using on the Civics as well, right?
Yep, same
Yeah.
one.
Let's hear it for Kyle from Boosted Boy!
So this has the drivetrain to handle hopefully whatever we can throw at it.
Yeah.
And our goals with it are to run an 8-second pass in the quarter.
That's great. Okay. Let's check how the car runs, and hopefully to see some good numbers.
Yep, we're hoping for 1,000.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good strat. We may even need to pull my C8 fuel pump. I believe if we go in that.
We'll see. I
Let's
think
see.
the Magna Fuel can hang. We'll see.
Okay. Let's try. Go. Deixa eu mostrar pra vocês agora aqui mais detalhes. Então é o seguinte, essa aqui é uma minivan que ele comprou por $500, tá? Vocês podem ver que é um negócio raiz mesmo. Primeiro ele tinha, então, como ele falou, um motor H e tal, depois ele botou desculpe, não, ela vem com F e depois ele acabou botando o motor K24. Então é um motor K24 mesmo, né? Com 2.4, tem tudo igualzinho ao MR2 dele.
Come on, she's right. 776! Woo! Damn, baby, let's go!
Inclusive do MR2, daqui a pouco a gente vai conversar para vocês entenderem. Para quem não se lembra, já teve um episódio aqui que ele veio passar o MR2 aqui, que é o MR2, Toyota MR2 mais rápido do mundo, com motor K. Esse cara é famoso pelos motores Honda, né? Mas e ele botou esse motor aqui, a diferença, a única coisa é que o motor do MR2 tem biela de alumínio e esse aqui tem biela de aço. Praticamente isso, mesmo comando, cabeçote feito, a turbina igual, tudo bonitinho. E esse carro aqui andava com outra injeção, muito tempo. Ele converteu então ele de tração dianteira para tração 4x4, tem um câmbio sequencial, um negócio bacana. E a meta dele é 1000 cavalos e virar 8 segundos com uma minivan. Então, um negócio meio da NASA. Ele está usando aqui etanol, usa bicos de 220 libra-hora, 210, aqueles Bosch. Uma bomba, uma Magna Fuel 750, que a gente não sabe se vai dar condições de tocar tudo. Mas é bacana assim, porque é bem, ao mesmo tempo é raiz, mas ao mesmo tempo, porra, uma minivan de 1000 cavalos, o negócio é bacana. Eles acabaram de dar uma passada aí, vocês devem ter visto aí, de 600 e poucos cavalos na roda, foi com 1,1 kg de pressão e girando 8.200 ainda, né? Esse negócio aqui é para girar 10 mil, 11 mil. Pra ter uma ideia, o MR2 dele, que é o mesmo motor, eles giram 11.400 o limitador deles. E eles estavam contando que quando eles primeiro botaram a Fueltech aqui, eles copiaram o mapa do MR2 e foram andar numa pista ali e acabou virando 11.000 RPM e a gente jogou uma biela para fora aqui. Não sabem exatamente por que estragou a biela, se foi porque passou do limite da biela ou porque realmente o motor não estava feliz ali, aguentando tudo. E aí eles arrumaram o motor e vieram para cá, porque esse carro era para estar aqui no Dinamoso já faz uns meses assim. Então finalmente tá aí. Vamos acompanhar agora um pouco mais como é que tá as passadas aí. Então é o seguinte, ó, vocês estavam olhando ali a minivan, mas deixa eu mostrar esse projeto aqui que é um carrinho de compras, literalmente, que ele botou uns eixos ou um chassi de kart em cima, um banco aqui solto, ó. Olha só o estado, ó, mas imagina que não chama atenção. E esse motor, o que ele é? Ele é um motor, na verdade, feito para moto, assim, com um cilindro só, 200 cilindradas cúbicas, né? Um 200 cc esse motor. O turbo é um turbo, menor turbo que ele conseguiu achar, é um turbo de um gerador a diesel pequenininho, nem sei qual que é. A admissãozinha aqui é pressurização, tem a borboletinha, um TPS, tudo bem pequenininho. Rodinha fônica ali, original, acho que é uma 12 dentes, nem lembro o que é o C1 dente, agora é que ele falou. Bateria, carrega a bateria, mas o mais legal, botou injeção aqui, ó. Tem uma 450 para controlar, uma Nano, acelerador, freio e tem marcha, né? O negócio não é CVT nem nada, faz marcha mesmo. Vou botar uns vídeos para vocês verem isso aqui andando, que ele acabou de funcionar com a Fueltech faz umas semanas aí atrás e estava enlouquecido, todo mundo achou demais o projeto. Então, para quem gosta de umas coisas malucas, tá aqui uma outra maneira de usar uma Fueltech aí. deram uma passada de 1000 e poucos cavalos, é o que eles queriam, mas aí não, o objetivo do recorde não tá bom, aí vão baixar uma pressão e tentar girar mais, só para ver se tá tudo acertadinho até o final. Girou mais, agora girou tipo uns 9.000 e pouco, eu acho, e eles vão dar mais uma passada agora, foi com 1 kg e pouquinho isso aí, não foi nem 2 quilos, e já deu essa potência. E agora outra. Deixa eu mostrar pra vocês aqui uma coisa que o americano gosta de fazer, é brincar. Nos Estados Unidos, minivan é sinônimo de mãe que leva os filhos pro futebol, eles falam, por isso que eles dizem soccer mom. Então eles têm aqui, ó, adesivos aqui de soccer mom's taxi, que é o táxi da mãe do futebol. Aí eles dizem assim, ó, eu tinha uma vida antes de ser a mãe do futebol. Aqui ó, o time de futebol do Booster Boys. Ó, essa aqui dizendo, ó, cuidado, a mulher, essa mãe de futebol aqui tem bolas. Brincadeira dos caras. E aí tem outros adesivos aqui, ó, burnout. Quem é burnout para 2020 de campanha política, coisas assim. O adesivo deles aqui, ó, rock out. Esse aqui eu não posso traduzir, deixa assim. Mas eles fazem a brincadeira assim que minivan é tipo de chacota, que o cara que compra uma minivan nos Estados Unidos pra ele mesmo é o fim da carreira, né? Tanto que foi legal que eles fizeram essa brincadeira mesmo pra mostrar que chamar a atenção, porque todo mundo critica, eu falo, não, você tá louco fazer uma minivan dessas. E outra coisa importante assim, ó, antes ele tava explicando, mas eu vou repetir porque eu acho que é legal. Essa minivan é 4x4, né? Só que vocês estão vendo aqui que só tá a tração dianteira ligada, né? Eles tiram o cardan dela de baixo e desligam a tração traseira para passar aqui no dinamonte. E existem dinamontes de hub assim que nem esse aqui que tu coloca um na frente e um atrás e aí tu consegue medir toda. Mas na prática, carros que tu pode desligar a tração, não tem razão de tu precisar ligar os 4 eixos. Então mesmo quem tem um dinamonte 4x4, carros assim, acaba tirando o cardan no meio. Mas o legal é o seguinte, essa aqui é uma minivan 4x4, né, com câmbio sequencial de arrancada, motor K24 com mais de 1000 cavalos de roda. O negócio é bacana, então gira uns 9, 10 mil, uns 10 mil tá girando. O negócio é diferenciado. Eu quero ver isso aqui na pista mesmo. Ok? You happy with the 1000 plus horsepower?
Yeah, made 1000 horsepower. Told you she'd do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Barely though.
Yeah.
But we did it.
No, but it's awesome. But besides the minivan, I think it's a super cool project. But let's tell the guys something about your other coolest projects. What else you're doing, and what, especially let me bring one. I think the boat.
Yeah, the jet boat.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so we stick these Honda K-Series in like everything. So we got the K-Series in the van, we got a wagon, the MR2. We also did a K-Series jet boat. So that same Honda engine we have powering a little mini jet boat. And right now we're fixing to turbo it. And that goes to a custom Scott water pump jet drive. So it's like similar to what they use on the little race boats.
Okay.
So
are they similar to a jet ski?
yeah,
Pump?
yeah, very similar, but just a bigger kind of upgraded version.
Okay.
A lot less. It's more simplistic.
Okay.
It's a big cast piece. Got the shaft going through with the impellers.
Okay.
The 2-stage with 2 internal impellers. And yeah, we just made some mounts and stuck a K-Series in there.
And it's like
It works pretty good.
It's an aluminum hull, right? How do you call that?
Yeah, the whole boat is aluminum. So we got ours pre-welded. A company called Jetstream Boats. They make the boats and they sent it to us already welded up. And all we had to do was put the engine in there, mount up the jet pump, line up the engine for the pump, mount the engine, make a little drive shaft to connect it, fire it up on a fuel tech, and it's good to go.
I like that idea. I saw you doing some crazy jumps, and it's crazy how you can do it.
Yeah, they're robust.
Yeah.
They have a layer of 3/4 inch thick polyurethane at the bottom of the boat, so they're made to like slide over logs and jump rocks, and they're very tough. You can beat them up and you don't have to worry. And they're designed to go in up to or as shallow as 3 inches of water.
3 inches only.
Yeah, I don't know about ours, but when they have the jet ski pumps in them,
Uh-huh.
they can go in 3 inches of water.
That's-
They're designed to take a jet ski apart and put all the guts from a jet ski into the back of the boat.
And what the horsepower you have right now before the turbo?
Right now it's maybe 160, 180.
Okay. Oh, it's a stock engine.
Yeah, stock engine. So then we put
Just
the
fuel
turbo
tech
there.
on and all
Yep.
good. And it was easy to tune, everything fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just put the fuel tech on there.
Yeah.
Ran great. So now we're turboing it and we're hoping to make like maybe mid 300s.
And what kind of
Bump it up.
speeds do you see on that?
With the stock engine, we
Yeah.
saw, I was about to say 100.
Ah.
It went 46 miles an hour.
Okay.
Just stock motor.
And what do you expect with the turbo?
Hopefully 55 to 60.
Okay.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah, you see it almost like a small race car, right? You
Yeah.
sit on.
Not entirely. It's
No.
a 4-seater.
Yeah, it's a 4-seater, right?
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a normal boat, except you drive it from the left side. Most boats are on the right.
Okay.
And it's really just set up like a car. Has a normal steering wheel. And we were actually able to use the K-Series that we have in the boat
Uh-huh.
is a 2006 and newer, and they
Uh-huh.
used drive-by-wire.
Ah, okay.
So we actually took a jet ski, a Sea-Doo
Uh-huh.
throttle
Yeah.
handle, and we wired it into the fuel tech and made it all
Much
work
easier, yeah.
drive-by-wire. So now our throttle's on the
Uh-huh.
steering wheel.
Uh-huh.
So it's just nice and easy, simple.
And,
Works really good.
That's cool. Let's put some images so you guys understand, because we're talking here, but without really seeing it for whoever. That's not common at all in Brazil. So whoever's
Oh, yeah.
watching from Brazil, they probably never seen something.
Yeah, I'll
like
throw
that.
some pictures of it
Yeah.
up on the screen for everybody. Maybe a couple videos.
Yeah.
Maybe the video that jumped in the log before we had it wrapped and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came out really cool.
That
So
was a cool. I saw
getting ready
that.
to turbo it, and then she'll be done.
Cool.
Go have fun with it.
But tell me, I had already a video with your MR2 the first time you came here. It was a very popular video because a lot of people follow you from Brazil, and you are more known over there than you probably think. So
Oh, yeah.
a lot-
I'd love to make a trip out to Brazil.
Yeah. Oh
That'd be
yeah. By
fun.
the way, you need to do that.
Yeah,
one
if
day.
you're ever going,
Yeah.
let me know. I'll
I
tag
will.
along.
We need to go to a race, figure something to do over there. But at the same time, the MR2 was your main project, at least the one I think you got most known over the world,
Mhm.
right? But what else did you really made, or you were doing? What else you can share for the guys?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, my Civic was a big one.
Yeah.
That red Civic was my first car with the
Uh-huh.
H22. So that one we converted to all-wheel drive, and I was really well known for that car, and that was just a basic setup.
Uh-huh.
That one runs like low 9s now.
Uh-huh.
And then I also have another K-Series Honda Civic wagon,
Uh-huh.
and those are
Yeah.
what came factory all-wheel drive. That's
Yeah.
what they steal the
Uh-huh,
all-wheel drive
yeah.
parts for the Civic, but I
Uh-huh.
have the original car they came out of.
Okay.
And that one's a K-Series. I got it repainted. It's nice and clean. And that's a
Uh-huh.
4-door Civic
Yeah.
wagon. They call them a Civic Shuttle in
Yeah.
Japan.
It's kind of like a very square, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the EF Civic,
Uh-huh.
the 88 to 91
Okay.
year.
Okay.
We have the
NSX?
Oh yeah, the NSX.
Oh, yeah.
How did we forget about
Yeah.
the NSX? Yeah, we got the world's fastest NSX, also with the K-Series and
Yeah.
the sequential.
We're going to see, you guys are seeing some of the videos why we're talking here. So the NSX is super cool. You run 8 or?
Yeah, it's been a 8.8 at 167, I think.
Yeah. I think
And-
when you just got that, we were talking about the C8. They will run similar.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
to catch up with you on time.
I mean, you're right there. Especially after I heard what you did, you're probably gonna beat me. So.
No, but you also have more juice after on the.
Yeah, we have some left on the table there.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the NSX is just a more turned down version of the MR2.
Yeah.
But they both have the sequential transmission.
Yeah.
Both have the K-Series
Yeah.
engine.
Basically, everything you have has a sequential transmission, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we have 3 of them right now,
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, the
Yeah.
van,
Yeah.
the MR2, and the NSX.
Cool. What else? What else in the works?
So yeah, we have the NSX,
The
we
LS.
have the LS and the 240.
Uh-huh.
We're not as big on the V8
Yeah.
stuff, so just wanted to try to do new things. So yeah, we just stuck a LS in our 240 SX. That one has a fuel tech on it too. Nothing. That one's not anything crazy. It's kind of a junker just to
Yeah.
have fun.
Uh,
But I want to probably make that one a little bit more legit. Put some
Uh-huh.
put like an angle kit on it and maybe go try to drift it.
Uh-huh.
Just have fun with that car. That one's just a beater. Go do
Yeah.
burnouts. We don't. It's kind of ugly, so we don't care about that one as much. We also have the Sidekick.
Uh-huh.
With the
Yeah.
13B rotary.
Rotary.
So
Yeah.
that one's also on a fuel tech as well. Yeah, we built that one with our buddy Mike Angel with Angel Motorsports.
Yeah.
And
He's doing now. He has a 3-rotor with fuel.
yeah,
tech
he's
now.
doing a
Yeah.
3-rotor on fuel tech,
Yeah.
stick shift car,
Yeah.
FD all caged. It's gonna be
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, he came down, helped us put a rotary together for that.
Oh,
We
cool.
got that thing built in a few days.
Uh-huh.
Got it fired up. That was pretty fun too. We killed the transmission in it though, so we're waiting to fix the put a built transmission in it,
Uh-huh.
and then like take that one out to the track, do some stuff with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
We also have in Colorado, I have a 1,000 horsepower Prelude.
Oh yeah.
It's currently the second fastest
Uh-huh.
Prelude in the world. That one's
yeah?
still front wheel drive.
Still front.
Also with the H22 in it.
Uh-huh.
And that one's been a 9.6 at 161.
Okay.
And the Prelude record's a 9.3.
Uh-huh.
So that one we haven't had too much time to mess with. It's just always one of those that
Uh-huh.
we just don't get to, but I do want to bring it out here and
Yeah.
redo it all and make
Uh-huh.
it fast. With everything we've learned, I know we can make that probably
Yeah.
an 8-second car pretty easily.
That's cool.
So we have that one, and then we also have a Honda V6 swapped
Uh-huh.
sandrail.
Uh-huh.
Razzle
yeah,
Dazzle
Yeah, I saw that.
that does
Uh-huh.
wheelies and stuff. So that one's a J35
Uh-huh.
Honda minivan engine,
Uh-huh.
and we just put rods and pistons in it and a turbo kit on it, and then it has a like a sandrail style
Uh-huh.
transmission mid-engine, and yeah, it makes like 500 something horsepower, and it does wheelies. Really fun car. We took it out to Glamis and took it over big sand dunes.
Yeah, I wanna
So
see
that
it.
one's really fun too.
I wanna see the video with this footage because it's going
Yeah,
to
the
be
video with
crazy.
me and Brent in it doing a big wheelie,
Uh-huh.
and like we almost
Uh-huh.
flipped it over.
Ah,
It
okay.
was pretty funny.
That's
But that one's really fun too.
okay. Enough projects or you need more?
And we need more. We haven't stopped. We still have more that are coming that we're just
Yeah.
getting started on.
Uh-huh.
So we got a lot of stuff in the works, and there's a lot of projects that I still dream of doing that I haven't
yeah.
even started yet.
That's
So,
good. It's the problem is when you stop dreaming.
Yep.
You
I
need
still
to-
got a lot of dreams, so I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna stop anytime soon.
Man, you definitely have amazing stories, and I'm really glad that we are sharing some of these stories with you. Because besides everything we do, this is our passion, right? I know you guys you do this a lot because you're really passionate about that, and the fact you can actually combine that to your let's say job or your business, it's amazing. So congrats, thank you for coming, thank you for being here. I think the guys who are watching this video, hope we could bring for you guys some of the deepest or information about all the story behind of not just like the minivan and the on the dyno, but really a little more information of all these guys been doing lately.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Glad you had us out here.
Yeah.
And love the partnership we've created. Fuel Tech everything, baby.
Perfect. You're the perfect example of that.
Yeah, it literally runs everything.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.